Good morning, beloveds. I am coming to you from my car, so if I drop the camera, you'll know why. I usually manage to knock it off at least once when I'm in the car. I went to a new park this morning. Actually, two things happened. One, I went to a new park, and two, my store is moving, and I got to see the new location yesterday, and so that was exciting too. But it was a nice park. It was in a neighborhood. It was all kinds of crazy, and we overestimated where we were in the park. But that's what always happens when you go to a new park. All right. It is September 17th. No, it is not. It's the 18th. I forgot to move my bookmark. Okay, so it is September 18th. My Word Accomplishes is the title. And the quote is, "So likewise thou in all thy speech, swerve never from the path of truth." And it says it's Buddhism in translations. You are either attracting or repelling in accord with your mental attitudes. You are either identifying yourself with lack or with abundance, with love and friendship or with indifference. You cannot keep from attracting into your experience that which corresponds to the sum total of your states of consciousness. This law of attraction and repulsion works automatically. It is like the law of reflection. The reflection corresponds to the image held before a mirror. Your life is a mirror, peopled with the forms of your own acceptance. How careful then you should be to guard your thoughts, not only seeing to it that you keep them free from doubt and fear, accepting only the good, but also, equally, you should consciously repel every thought which denies the good. Say, I know that my word penetrates any unbelief in my mind, casts out fear, removes doubt, clears away obstacles, permitting that which is enduring, perfect, and true to be realized. I have complete faith and acceptance that all the statements I make will be carried out as I have believed. I do everything with a sense of reliance upon the law of good. Therefore, I know that my word shall not be returned unto me void. I accept this word and rejoice in it. I accept complete and perfect results from it. Okay. So two things. If you are listening and you have been doing any of this reading for a while, one of the things that you will notice is you are hearing both Emma Curtis Hopkins and you are hearing Troward, Judge Thomas Troward, because if you go back and read some of Troward's work, you'll hear about the law of reflection and you'll hear about the law of attraction. And that is definitely Troward, and that is a very Troward way of putting it. But I think Emma might be a little bit better of an example, just simply from the fact is that she pretty much tells you, I think, point blank, if you're looking for if you're thinking about yellow elephants, you're going to see yellow elephants. So that's what the whole idea of this is what you are thinking about is what you are going to see. So if you're thinking good things, then you're going to see good things. And if you're thinking negative things, then you're going to see negative things. And honest to God, because I mentioned that I got to see my new store yesterday. When I showed up for work Thursday morning, they had moved everything out of the back room in the conference, the office and the conference room. The store still looked normal, but the two back rooms, you could tell we were leaving. And it was hard. And it was a hard day, and it was hard to stay upbeat and happy coming into that, especially since they took a lot more than I was expecting. He had told me they weren't going to take the shelves, and then they ended up taking the shelves. So it ended up looking a lot worse than I thought. And so that made that day hard. So, and I think he realized that at one point in talking to me. And so what he did was he said, okay, well, tomorrow morning, I don't care if you're a little late getting to the store, because we still have 2 weeks left at that location. Come meet me at the new store. Meet me at the new store, walk around, let me show it to you. And so you can see. And so I went in there, and it's fresh and it's clean and it's new. You know, the floor's new, the paint's new. We have several different rooms. There's some newer furniture in there that we didn't have at either of the other stores. And that made that day a whole lot easier. So it really had to do with what I was focused on. On Thursday, I was focused on the fact that we're leaving. And on Friday, I was focused on where we're going. And so it made that day a whole lot easier. And so it really does come down to, so if you wake up a little grumpy, then the first thing that you want to do is go focus on something beautiful, whatever that is. If sitting down and having a cup of coffee or sitting down and having a cup of tea is beautiful to you, then go do that. If it means you need to go for a walk in a park, you need to go go do something that you know makes you feel good, and it will set your day up right, and you'll have a better day. That is a direct experience that I had, and I don't want to go back and have Thursday again. I really don't, because it was hard. It was hard. And that's why I think my boss doesn't notice things like that. But that day he noticed that my emotional state was a little off, and he was like, all right, what do I, and he talked to his mom, and his mom has been through this before. So she completely understood. She was like, no, we need to do this for her. So, that's what the law of attraction is. Where your thoughts trend is what you're going to see, and you're going to see more of that. It doesn't mean that there's any more or less in your life. It's what you're focused on. So if you find yourself trending towards a little more negative, then go and do something, a little something. And that's part of the reason why every day I say, do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Because it will help you to focus on the good. It'll help you focus on the good. You won't get so focused on because I'm sorry, stuff happens. And it took a minute for me not to say the other word. Stuff happens. They do. What we can't do is let it happen and then just take us out. And so we need to have that banked up loving, kind compassion for ourselves. And we need to have the stuff that we can do that we know that will set us back on the right track. Which is why I like that quote. I like the Buddhist quote. Okay, so the title is My Word Accomplishes. And that quote is, so likewise, thou in all thy speech, swerve never from the path of truth. What you focus on is what you are going to see more of. Do you want to see pink elephants? Or do you want to see gray storm clouds? Focus on the pink elephants. I know that's a weird, but... All right. Okay. So you are either attracting or repelling in accord with your mental attitudes. You need to be very aware of where your thinking trends and do things to support going the direction you want to go. That's why I said go for a walk in a park, drink a cup of coffee, whatever it is that lets you set your feet on the path. You are either identifying yourself with lack or with abundance, with love and friendship or with indifference. We're talking about the law of attraction here. Do you bemoan the few people in your life, or do you cherish the people in your life, whether it be a lot or a little? I have a few very close friends. I cherish those. It makes it easier for me to have a lot of friends because I cherish the few good friends that I've got, if that makes sense. You cannot keep from attracting into your experience that which corresponds to the sum, and there it went. You cannot keep from attracting into your experiences that which corresponds to the sum total. The sum total. So a passing negative thought is not the problem. It's when you add up your positive and negative in two columns, which one has more marks in it. Do you have more negative thoughts than you have positive thoughts? Then what are you doing to reverse that trend? Which, one of the things you can do is spiritual practice. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to sound like a broken record. Spiritual practice. It also means I like to say engaging your mind and body because people think exercise is a dirty word. It means getting a good amount of sleep. It means eating, and here I'm going to say decently, the best that you can. You know, not all of us, even if I had the time, I still wouldn't eat perfectly because, I mean, I like a cookie every now and again. It also means, you know, going to the doctor, if you need to see a therapist, if you need medication, all of that. Sum total. Okay, sum total. It means taking care of yourself, which I'm a big believer in. Sum total of states. This law of attraction and repulsion works automatically. It is like the law of reflection. The reflection corresponds to the image held before a mirror. Your life is a mirror peopled with the forms of your own acceptance. So we can go back and talk about how big is your cup of acceptance. How careful then you should be to guard your thoughts. Not only seeing to it that you keep them free from doubt and fear. And when you have doubt and when you have fear, because you're human and it's going to happen and it's okay, don't hold on to it yourself. That is the time, if you cannot alleviate your doubts and your fears, then you go to somebody and say, hey, I'm having this thought. Help me. Or just go have a conversation with a friend. A lot of the times, if you're having a doubt or a fear, and you go have a conversation with a friend who truly loves you, truly cares about you, whatever it is that you're doubting and fearing, they will either say, you know what, there's something here. Why don't we work on this? Or they will say, no, don't worry about this. You got this, girl, whatever. You know? If you got doomsayers in your life, don't go talk to them when you're in doubt and fear. Stay away from them. Accepting only the good, but equally you should consciously repel every thought that denies the good. That is where practitioners can be of benefit, because they will hold the space for you for a good if you are having doubt and fear. They don't need to know any of the backstory. All they need to know is what you want them to hold, and they will hold it for you until you can hold it for yourself. All right, so let's get into the power statement affirmation. Please feel free to use these words as your own. Ernest would love that. And if there's any word that doesn't resonate with you, I think I jinxed myself by seeing how many times I could drop the camera today. I have the car on, which is not helping because it's too hot to sit in it without it. If any word does not resonate with you, feel free to change them. We're open at the top. Ernest is a big believer in, if one word doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't invoke the feeling, use the one that does. All right. So, say, I know that my word penetrates any unbelief in my mind, casts out fear, removes doubt, clears away obstacles, permitting that which is enduring, perfect, and true to be realized. All right. Basically, that which is enduring, the Spirit. The Spirit is already within you. All you are doing is consciously activating it. We talk about activating the Christ consciousness. That's what we're talking about here. I have complete faith and acceptance that all the statements I make will be carried out as I have believed. If you're going to go do anything, that's a statement and a half to say. I have complete faith. I do everything with a sense of reliance upon the law of good. I know that I'm a child of God. I know that the law of good works. It works just like the law of gravity. It cannot fail. It may come a different way than I expect, but it cannot fail. And that's part of the cup of acceptance, of being willing to have it come in a way that is completely unexpected and out of our experience. Because Spirit has a wild variety of ways to bring things to us when we get out of our own way. Therefore, I know that my word shall not be returned unto me void. I accept this word and rejoice in it. I expect complete and perfect results from it. Remember that perfect means whole, not flawless. So sometimes it may look a little messy when it shows up, but in the end, it will work out. All right, so what is our mission today? Our mission is to guard our thoughts. Think of it like weeding a garden. We have a garden. We have planted all of these beautiful flowers in it, and occasionally weeds are going to crop up because we're taking really good care of our garden. And so when we see those weeds, we go pluck them out. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to guard our thoughts, to keep a watch on what thoughts are, what are they trending, and are we noticing that we're having slightly more negative thoughts than we usually do? And if we do, then take steps to mitigate that. Take steps to stop that. The last step that I would suggest is medication, but I'm not taking it off the table. The first step is to go for a walk. Really, honestly. Or drink a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, so but I've got a friend who tea is an absolute ritual for him. Yes, Jeffrey, I'm calling you out. So that... if he gets up, gets his cup of coffee, it does a world of good for setting his day up right. So have something like that in your life so that your day starts off on a good foot. And then it'll make it easier for you to guard your thoughts. And then as usual, as I always say, do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. It is very, very, very important. It is very important. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased always and forever. This is a state of grace that you live in. So do loving, kind, and compassionate things for yourself. Just because. And they can be big and they can be small and they can be whatever. Today, I couldn't handle something. I called my husband and said, I can't do this. You have to do it. And he went, okay. That's it. That was my loving, kind, compassionate thing for myself. Will I do more? Probably, because I'm going to go paint a ceiling today. Yay! Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. I always encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to do something to set your day off right. Drink plenty of water. Love yourself. Love yourself. Because God loves you. And so do I. All right. I need to get out of my car. Do what you need to do to make it a great day, a fantastic day, an amazing day. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven now. Go look for the pink elephants. Or the blue fairies. Or the enormous pine trees. Whatever it is that will remind you that the world trends towards good. No matter what the messy material world tells us sometimes. All right. It's Saturday. Right now, I know Reverend David will be on Facebook Live with you around 5 p.m. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and we will have an amazing service for you. Because Reverend Jesse is working on Emma Curtis Hopkins right now, so that's where his talks are inspired from. Which I love her. I do. I love the denials. So, yeah. Check us out on the social medias. Check us out. And if, take care of yourself. And I will tell you... I don't know. All right. So, have the day. Good day, great day, amazing day. If that is too much pressure, simply have a day. But know that you're loved. Know that you're loved. All right, beloveds, I will see you next time. Bye.